Hello everybody, welcome. I want to talk about bone broth today. I broke my fast, my 48-hour fast with this organic bone broth from Aldi's. It's only $2.99 for this container. However, it didn't taste very good and I was so disappointed because I was hungry and I went 48 hours without food. To break it with something that doesn't taste that satisfying was sad. So I do make my own bone broth. I just didn't have any on hand at the time. I used some store-bought on the side, and then I tried to also make it myself. Now I've made it also with marrow bones. I use a marrow bone. I think I have that in another video about the wild fork marrow bones. They're really inexpensive. These are a little bit more, they're smaller for my dog really that I have right now. But this weekend, what I did was I cooked a goose. I cooked a whole goose. A wild fork goose was on sale. So for $18, I got a full goose, and Ruby loved it too. So I was able to we ate a beautiful dinner with it. I had some rice, and then I also had some sweet potato as well. And I have a whole container here. This is goose meat. See on the bottom, you get a little bit of this gel going on. This is the gold, the liquid gold that all the chefs talk about, right here. So from a 2-pound goose, look how much fat I got. See that? Check that out. That is called liquid gold in the chef world. And I guess you can keep this in your refrigerator for a year. So for 18, now I haven't bought a goose yet because usually they're about $70. I couldn't believe when Wild Fork had one frozen for $18. What a bargain. Not only did I get the meat is delicious, I've never had goose before. It kind of tastes like a turkey drum. It is a darker meat, but a little lighter. I don't know how to really, almost duck breast, but doesn't have that gamey duck. You know how gamey duck can be sometimes? The goose had no gaminess to it. It's nice because it was a farm that they're free range. Wild Fork has their whole description of how the farm is, and I like that. I like the fact that they are sitting in those awful chicken coops and stuff like that. So I like to know where my meat is coming from. That is something that's important to me. So I was very happy to see that. And look how much stock I made out of it. So this one I'm gonna freeze, and then this is what I'm gonna have all week long. This whole thing is all stock. So I'm gonna see what kind of a gelatin I got going on. So between a whole thing of meat, now this, like I said, this is the liquid gold from the goose. Now I can put these on potatoes. What we did this weekend is I had rice and I drizzled a little bit of, just a little tiny bit of that goose fat on the rice, and it was delicious. My husband's like, what is this? Rice is so good. I go, yeah, it's the liquid gold that I've never made before. So this is very exciting for me to have this goose fat. And like I said, and it lasts a year in your refrigerator, or I saw indefinitely in the freezer. I don't think I would do anything indefinitely. But yeah, so a year I have this kind of fat. This is the gel that you want making stock. And it came with the neck and the liver and things like that. I just threw it right into the pot. Okay, so after I cooked everything, after I cooked the goose, I took all the meat off, just to let you know what you can do. I took all the meat off and I cooked it, just to let you know too, in a paper bag because I didn't even have a roasting pan. My roasting pan is in storage up in upstate New York. This I learned from a friend of mine from Ecuador. you put your chicken or turkey, I do turkey in this, in a bag like that. You kind of seal it up, and then you put it right on a pan like this and stick that in the oven. The best thing about cooking with a brown paper bag for something like that is the easy cleanup. You just throw it out. It's unbelievable. So it is very easy to clean up after it as well. And then if you want to get it toasty brown, I take a pair of scissors, I chop it off here, and then to allow the skin to have access to getting browned for like the last half hour. It's so good. It's so easy and so good. So then I took all the meat off my turkey, and then I just stuck it back into my cassoulet, my yellow cassoulet. Of course, I'm in a mess back here. This is my yellow cassoulet. So I have that, and then I put the neck and the liver. Now, if you know anything about goose, the liver is the resistance. That's what all the French people make foie gras out of. I'm not a lover of that. I don't love liver and stuff, but it is really good for you. And if you read all the keto books and cookbooks and stuff, they like a little liver. They say how good, all that iron and everything. So I decided to go ahead and stock it. I decided to make the bone broth with it. So I have it inside the stock, you know, by boiling it down. So I stuffed everything into that cassoulet. I put it in my oven with some celery that I had left over that was getting aged, and one onion, and filled it up with water, stuck it back into my oven for overnight at 250 degrees, and it came out to be a beautiful stock. It's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, I can't even talk, and it's delicious. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy that I kind of found this. I've actually always made stock, but I mean, you're gonna buy the stock at like $8 or something. I mean, even this one cheap that I don't really like was still $3. Why not buy the whole meat and have the meat and the bones, and you know, for what I was gonna throw away. So that worked out really good. For $18, like I said, I mean, we're gonna be eating that meat for probably 3-4 days, and we're gonna be using the stock for probably 3 or 4 days, and I'm gonna be using this for probably months. So for $18, I mean, I can't get a cheaper deal than that. So amazing. Yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you, just so that you know, it's really easy. If you have any questions about this, go ahead and hit the comments. Go ahead and subscribe, and I'll be happy to help you if you have any questions. If you wanted to buy a goose, and Wild Fork is also available online, and they deliver, and they got a lot of free delivery. So, you know, I don't know how free that, I mean, I haven't had to do it because I have one here, but I would definitely check it out. I'm not getting paid by Wild Fork by any means, but I have yak this week. I'm going to have yak. A week ago, I had elk, ground elk, and I made elk burgers, and they were delicious. Their ground beef is delicious. So I'm very happy about this Wild Fork that's local here, and I'll be showing you more about it. And all right, have a great day. All right, bye.